The Iran Israel US Gulf Shadow War. This war did not begin with a single explosion, no declaration, no formal battlefield. It began in the shadows. For years, Israel watched Iran's nuclear program with growing alarm. Iran said it wanted energy. Israel believed it was a path to a bomb. So the conflict stayed hidden. Cyber attacks, sabotage, assassinations, airstrikes in Syria. A war that officially did not exist. But in reality, it never stopped. Iran did not respond head on. Instead, it built a network. Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Iraq and Syria, Houthis in Yemen, armed groups in Gaza, a ring of fire around Israel and US bases. The region was tense, but still below the threshold of open war. Then came October 7, 2023. Hamas attacked Israel. Israel invaded Gaza. And the shadow war began to surface. Rockets from Lebanon drone towards US bases, missiles over the Red Sea. What was once contained became regional. The United States moved warships into the Mediterranean and the Gulf, not to fight Iran, but to stop the war from expanding. Deterrence had begun. Then history changed. For the first time ever, Iran launched a direct attack on Israel. Hundreds of drones, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles. The sky over the Middle East became a battlefield. Israel, with help from the US and allies, intercepted most of them. The message was clear. The shadow war was over. Direct confrontation had begun. Israel struck back, but carefully. Military targets, no nuclear sites. Both sides showed power and restraint. Because the next step was full scale war, and neither side wanted to be one that started it. Meanwhile, a new front opened at sea. The Houthis attacked commercial shipping in the Red Sea, claiming they were targeting Israel. The US and UK responded with airstrikes in Yemen. Global trade slowed. Shipping routes changed. Oil prices trembled with every new missile. The world economy had entered the war zone. On Israel's northern border, Hezbollah and Israel exchanged fire almost daily. In Iraq and Syria, US bases were hit by drones. The US struck back at Iran linked militias. Every attack calibrated, every retaliation measured. This was a war of limits. How far could each side go without triggering the point of no return? Then came the most dangerous fear. Iran's uranium enrichment moved closer to weapons grade levels. Israel repeated its red line. Iran will never be allowed to build a nuclear weapon. A regional war was now tied to a nuclear question. The stakes had become existential. The Gulf states faced their own dilemma. They feared Iran, but they also feared becoming the battlefield of a US Iran war. So they balanced security ties with Washington, quiet diplomacy with Tehran. Their goal was not victory, it was survival. At the same time, another war raged, the war of narratives. Every strike called defensive, every retaliation called necessary. Online, the conflict spread faster than any missile. Truth became another casualty. Today, the region stands in a fragile standoff. No full scale war, but no real peace. Proxy attacks continues, shipping remains at risk, US forces stay on alert. Nuclear tensions remain unresolved. It is a balance built on calculations, and one mistake could shatter it. This is not one war, it is many wars, hidden and visible, direct and indirect, military and economic, physical and digital. For now, it remains content. But in a region where every strike sends a message and every response risks escalation, the next chapter could begin at any moment. Stay informed, stay aware, and stay tuned for more.